Hi guys, what's up? I hope everybody is doing good and you have done your exam well, which obviously I don't want to talk much about now, which is one of the reasons also I'm not doing this session live because in live people tend to start asking questions on the exam that you already wrote and all that. So we have a lot of time to talk about all that and I will discuss the papers once all your exams are over. Slowly I'll upload those videos also. The main agenda of this video is to give you the last minute guidance for EIS-SM, and at this point of time I also hope that the last minute guidance video for audit has helped you prepare that exam. And all those who have watched that video, I am wishing that you all come back here and watch this one as well, so that you can make the most of it in terms of doing this exam very well. So let me straight away get into the topic without wasting much time. First and very common question that everybody has uh, will be, should I do EIS first or SM first? Is that a very tricky question to answer? Correct? Yes or no? So, EIS first or SM first? Which one should be done first? That's a primary question. And here, my suggestion has always been very simple. You will do what you feel you are good at. Okay, so the answer very simple. Do what you are confident. So if somebody has done good revisions of SM, you will do that first. If somebody is thinking that this is all a game of thought, so if you think that you need a little extra time for EIS, you might want to start off with EIS. And we will go with the same 3-day split. Day 1 will be the day of audit exam, that is when you're watching this video right now. Day 2 will be the break day, and day 3 will be the exam day. So I'm going to help you with that slit only, but what you have to accustom to is your own timelines, when you wake up, when you sleep, and how do you want to balance it off. I can just give you how to do the last minute coverage of everything that is possible without kind of ignoring anything. Again, it's a 70-30 split. So what do I have to do for MCQs? Those who are regularly following me, you know what my take is on the MCQs. If your concepts are really strong, and for somebody who's watching this for the first time, I will also guide you on what you're supposed to do with the revision videos and all that. In the past, some people have just watched the revision videos the day before the exam in this gap, and they've gotten through the exam also. Might want to find that in the comments, but don't read all that and waste time. Just stay focused on what you're doing. MCQs, again, I'm writing the same thing that I wrote in audit. No special preparation, no special prep is required for MCQs, because by now at least you realize that the case based MCQ that they're going to give you is a combination of all chapters. Now tell me, what exactly can you prepare and go for that? So please don't waste your time trying to prepare individual case studies, trying to download some material, doing 20-30 cases, wasting a lot of time, spending 3-4 hours, and then realizing that in every case study you are at least answering 2 wrong. Please don't do all that before the exam day. If you answer something wrong, let it be the exam where you'll answer it wrong. So take that thing in the head, because I'm sure if your concepts are good, you will not end up in such a situation. So do not force yourself to think in that direction. That's all. Point taken, done. You're closing MCQs, 30 marks will come, how many ever have to, but only thing, have attention, read all 4 options, then answer correctly, because many people, despite telling multiple number of times, get carried away with without reading the options. I know this answer, so maybe might be a little tricky thing what they're asking, and 2 marks are being given for some MCQs. So better be aware that you have to spend that little extra bit of 10-15 seconds on each one. Be slow, because questions in EIS can be little tricky, misleading. SM can be misleading, so they might be asking something, you might be thinking it's cost leadership or differentiation. Just answer without reading. So don't do all that. Don't be in a haste. Have patience. That's all. MCQs will be sorted on their own. This is my tip for that. And moving on straight away is to the 70 marks descriptive part. What do we have to go for this descriptive part? Now, for descriptive part, I have a simple suggestion when it comes to the 70 marks. Again, I'm going to write the very first thing. Write in points. Very important. Write in points. I told this for audit, but I'm telling this even more now, because in audit, at least sometimes writing small paragraphs makes sense. Here, Writing in paragraphs is absolutely ridiculous. It's totally waste of time. It throws a very, very negative kind of an impression on the one who's correcting your paper, and it's hard to read. Okay, and some of our handwritings are so fantastic. Okay, so it becomes a very tough job for the evaluator. Don't put them in that, and don't stress them right from the beginning. Put them under stress right from the beginning of correction of your paper will be a real challenging task. So write in points and limit the point length. Okay, limit the length to only the apt content. Don't write unnecessary nonsense. I have read some of the papers that people have written in the past exams they sent me. As I told you, I've read some of my own students' mock exam papers. They're writing nonsense just to fill, right? Don't use those fillers, right? While talking, people use those fillers, right? And all that, like that, just to drag the sentence. That is not what you're supposed to do with the answers. Just like that, putting a filler. This is the conclusion. That line is not necessary. We know that is a conclusion. So please don't add unwanted content like that. And I've seen people doing that just to extend the length of the answer. It's not looking right. Anyway, the one who's reading, they have that understanding that whether you know the answer or not. So you doing that will make no sense, right? So this is a very, very important point. The second aspect, use reading time. Use the reading time of 15 minutes. And in this 15 minutes, it's very important that you will decide the order. Okay, maybe a little here and there can happen, but predominantly in what order are you going to decide the order in this 15 minutes. I told in the previous video also, once again I'm repeating, many people, they only bother about reading the questions, what they know, what they don't know, but they fail to decide the order in which you have to write. And when you start writing, obvious panic. I didn't finish this in time is a complaint that comes from somebody. In audit, I have not heard that complaint most, but in EIS-SM, many people, so time was not enough. How is it not enough? Because for everybody, the time is 3 hours only, right? What is it you are specially doing in the exam all to waste time? Only this, not knowing what to write. Then again, you will go and read the same question, which you already read. I think those of you who are writing the exam for more than once, I don't want to call you failures and or repeaters and all that, but I can, tell this point and you guys will agree with me, right? Most times you get stuck. You'll again go back and read the same question that you read in the reading time. You will waste again another 2-3 minutes and then decide to write that. So please utilize this reading time very, very carefully. It's what I'm telling you is all basic tips, guys. But one day before the exam, this is what we want to, hear and understand. Then I'll get to the topics in just a couple of minutes. So our video is going to be anywhere between 20 minutes, 25 minutes. But this half an hour, if you spend properly in trying to understand all these things, your next 3 days are sorted. You can work on them properly. All right. So MCQs taken care, descriptive part taken care. Don't write lengthy answers. Don't write unwanted definitions. Just because you know something and it was not asked, don't need to write a definition. Quote whatever content is the exact content. That is fine. In process related answers, like if they're asking you what are the steps involved in supply chain management, you can't write the 5th step as first. But if they ask you benefits of BPA, you can write all the 7 points in any order. So there are some answers where order has to be followed. There are some places where order need not be followed. So I'm writing this for you clearly. For process related, for process oriented answers, you understand what is process oriented, right? Like supply chain, primary activities, a value chain analysis, that kind of. For process oriented things, write in order. If they ask you a question on what are the steps involved in BPA, you can't write the 7th step as a first step. So you have to focus on what you're writing there. Okay. So for process oriented things, write in order. Others you can follow any order. Some people make shortcuts, mnemonics, memory techniques, by whatever name you want to call them. You're free to use all of that. Now, generally, I do all this presentation part towards the end of the video, but many people are interested in knowing, what to do. So that is why I changed the order this time for EIS-SM. I'm telling you all this first. Now, let's get to the main part. Once again, choice is yours. You want to do SM first or EIS first. But if you're doing SM first, I'll go with SM to start off with. Then we'll do the EIS part. Okay. So for SM, day one, if this is your plan, like day one you want to start with SM, Then you will do chapters 1, 2 and 3. Okay, let's go with day 1. Day 1 is the audit exam day. That is right now when you're watching this video. I'm hoping you're watching it right after your exam. So SM day 1, you will cover chapters 1, 3, 2. This is the order in which you have to cover, and 2 is a little elaborate chapter, so it will take a little bit of time. Now, if you are already well versed with these chapters, I'd give you a great tip here, and it's gonna help you a lot. Let's just see if I can bring that on screen. Of course I can. So this is my YouTube channel. Of course you're watching this video on that. If you go to the YouTube channel there and you go to my channel, you will go to the playlists. You will find 2 playlists, the ones towards the end here. One for EIS and one for strategic management. Okay, don't waste your time reading the comments and all. People have thanked us enough for doing these things, and these are very very relevant even for your November 22 exam. They are one attempt back videos, so it doesn't have any problem with respect to that. You can use all these 3 videos. Let me just get into this. Let's see. Okay, you got 3 videos there, right? Part 1 is a 2 hour 38 minutes. That's, let's say, even if you're watching it at 1.5x and I'm counting 2 hours on that, just after all your relaxation, now I know you had a exam day today, you traveled, you came back, now you're watching this video whenever, but have your dinner, before having dinner, whatever you want to, start with that video, part 1. Tonight itself you can finish 1/3 of SM syllabus. You can go to sleep very confidently. Now if you're somebody who's not waking up early tomorrow morning and you want to study late night, after this you can do part 1 of EIS video. You can just have a switch so that EIS will put you to sleep properly. Okay, I'm just joking on that, but this is the first video you got to do that. Look at that, 2 hours 40 minutes, a solid set of 3 chapters. Here the 3 parts are aligned in the same manner that I'm talking about here. So 1, 3, 2 is I'll write it for your convenience here. I've done so many things for your convenience. Those of you are lucky are watching this video. Revision video part 1. SM revision video part 1 will cover this. Take a run today, because this is the major syllabus. The second chapter is a major syllabus. That's why 2 hours 40 minutes will be done, guys. Go for it. Do it along with the video, and many things that I think I revised it in very detail, so it should be more than enough. Now let me just go to day 2 for SM. Okay, on day 2 what you will do is the most key things. This needs clear mind, lot of concentration, because you're going to read words like mergers, acquisitions, concentric diversification, conglomerate, cost leadership, differentiation, focus, finance strategy, marketing strategy. This is a very very crucial part. This needs clean, cool, calm, composed mind. So many adjectives there, but that's what, because many questions come from that. All chapters have equal weightage. I already did the weightage video long back, so but tricky questions can come from here, and this will be from revision video part 2. Now as part of the revision video part 2, see, this is only 2-hour video. I just would like to show you that again. Can you see the duration here? 2 hours 4 minutes part 2 video. I think that's going to be a great deal of help. Early in the morning when you get up, you want to finish off that, you can do that. You want to do 2 chapters of EIS and come back and do this, you can do that also. Okay, we've kept the, and all you need is 1 hour 38 minutes only to do part 3, which is chapter 7 and 8. A relaxed bit of things. Okay, so what I would want you to do is day 2 second session or third session, maybe evening. If you finish in the morning this 2.5 or 3 hours, evening you can put another 2.5 hours onto the last part. Okay, so that on the exam day we can do a full length quick revision of SM despite finishing all these 3 in detail. Okay, so much time is there, guys. All you need is proper planning, which is exactly why I'm breaking down this in such clear detail. We are going with day 2 second session for SM. Day 2 second session will be chapters 7 and 8. Now why I'm also giving you this schedule is, look at this, let me finish this, I'll explain you that. Revision video 3. Okay, done. Now if we have spent 15 minutes in this video, see, it's showing you a very very achievable amount of story here. Are you understanding that? That's exactly why I'm doing this video. I want people to realize that it's all achievable within the timeline that you have. Okay, this is what takes to finish SM in full. Now you understand this is 50 marks. Just imagine the confidence that you're going to get once you're through with 50 marks of revision, one full subject. You're solid. Okay, and you have 15 marks of MCQs in that. If you're doing that well, plus you will do a little bit of EIS. Now I'm going to give you an idea on that. If somebody is this SM big, EIS small strategy, EIS good, SM small, I have some people like that also. Any strategy works here. So this is one part of the story. I hope everybody is happy with this split, and these 3 videos are going to help you. Now let's move on to this side of the story, EIS, the other 50 marks. Now day 1, if you're doing EIS, if you're not doing SM, then you might want to flip this strategy. Here we have 5 revision videos, guys. Okay, but I want you to cover 2 chapters in the same time. Okay, in the same time, day 1 you'll be able to do only 2 chapters here because they're quite big and decent, and I want you to do 1 and 2 first. Right, 1 and 2 first, and these will be the revision videos 1 and 2. Okay, revision video 1, 2. Now listen carefully why I'm asking you to follow this strategy. And if you are somebody who follows something that I say, taking it without asking too many questions, I want you to do SM first and EIS next. Okay, and this will work for everybody. Okay, most likely, barring some exceptions. That's all. If you strongly believe in me, follow what is there on screen. I'm sure your revision will work very, very well. So day 1, you follow this. On day 1, if you want to follow this, I will give you that. Otherwise, we will go with the day 2 strategy. On day 2 comes the most vibrant chapter, chapter 4. Okay, because a lot of questions are going to come here. There is revision video for this also. I think for each you will have a revision video. So I'm going back to my channel, going back here, going back to the EIS playlist. Yeah, see chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4, chapter 5. For all 5 chapters you have revision videos. So nothing to really worry on them, whichever. So going by that, it's a 2 hour, 1 hour 45 minutes, another 1 hour 45 minutes. That's like, okay, 3.5 hours, 5.5, 7.5, and 9 hours. So yes, if you go by my revision videos itself, it's taking about 9 hours, guys. Okay, and this, let's just say 8 hours. Now you please tell me, on the exam day, that is right now, if you can pull 3-4 hours, tomorrow should be a long full day. I think you should be able to bag anywhere between 10 to 12 hours, and on the day of the exam you should be able to get up early and pull off like what, 4 hours also, 7 to 11. I think I generally tell people not to study after 11:30. So 7 to 11 if you guys are studying for 4 hours. So 4 hours today, 4 hours on the exam day 8, plus a full 12-hour hard working day in between is 20 hours, and all we need is 17 hours to finish. So you're well still within the time, right? So this is revision video 4, and then we have on day 2, session number 2. So that is EIS second session, session 2 for EIS. You might want to do chapter 3 along with revision video 3, and then with the leftover time on day 3 you can just brush through the concepts of core banking system. Like I said, get up early in the morning, put a 1.5x on that video, plug in, just listen to whatever I'm revising, go to the exam. It should be more than enough. This is revision video 5, and then first 1.5 hour you will finish doing that, and in the other 1.5 hour you will come back and revise SM on the exam day and go. Depending on the extra time availability, people can split. So if you are doing this on day 1, then you will have to flip this to the day 2 first session. Okay, so I hope you will adjust that accordingly. Otherwise you will do timelines you adjust, but this is what you're supposed to do. All the revision videos are there, and accordingly you can split and conveniently finish this. No other aspect needs to be done for this. Okay, so that's it. That's what I wanted to tell you. I want to keep this short. We are about close to 20 minutes in the video. So if you guys have any quick comments to make, EIS, of course, some of you have been asking, of course you have to do flowcharts. So please practice flowcharts, right? Just if you search on YouTube for flowcharts by Harish Krishnan, you will find a couple of videos. Not in my channel, but they're a little old videos. you can still follow them. It's not an issue. The concept remains the same. And if you have any questions that you want me to answer, you can just leave it in the comment section, and I'll try to answer as immediately as possible, because I'll try to give you a response before your exam. I mean, if not immediately, before your exam, you should have a response to that. If it is really urgent, you can leave that comment and then come back after the exam and leave some comments on how you've written the exam, or how you have done it, or how this video has helped you do something better. And I'll feel glad about that. And then you get started for your last exam preparation. And I hope this is the last attempt for EIS, because there are talks about new syllabus coming in where EIS has been completely scrapped and the contents of this have been mixed to something else. I have not yet made a video on that. I will be soon making a video after all the exams are over, and also I will make a couple of videos on discussing the audit paper and EIS-SM paper only post exams. Alright, so on that note, I think this split and the set of revision videos should have helped you. Use this 20 minutes. If you find good, ask your friends also to spend 20 minutes in trying to understand this. Forward them this, share it on your Telegram, WhatsApp groups, whatever you have. Make sure that not only you but your friends also have confidence for writing EIS-SM. I hope this will be the last time you are writing an exam, and this will be the last time that EIS is also conducted. So it will all be afresh when it comes to the next year. So I wish you all the very best, guys. Please stay confident. Please make sure that you present properly. That's all. Nothing else is required. Everything else will fall in place. Wish you all the very best. I will see you with paper discussion videos very soon on my channel. Thank you. Bye bye.